So I have a question. I'm not okay with anybody watching me film myself unless they're standing behind the camera helping me. Do you guys let other people watch you film?
No.
I actually get distracted if somebody walks by and stops to look at me speaking in front of the camera, all excited. I go like, I'm not doing anything here. Please go, continue.
Even when my wife's behind the camera, like if I'm filming something in the room, I have to repeat the same sentence probably like 10 times till I get it right. It's always the last one that's right, but it's like you have to keep getting it out, and she's making these faces like, oh, like that one was bad, that was terrible. I'm like, just get out. Just get out.
I don't mind if they're holding the camera. I just don't want them standing off to the side, like
making faces.
The awful process live, kind of like this.
I'm so concentrated on what I do that I don't even see them. They're phased out. So
he rope solos. So
yeah, do you film solo just like you rope solo?
So yeah, I film solo. Yeah. I'm by myself.
Film solo.
On a tripod. For sure, most of the time.
That's what Ben was just saying.
Yeah, we are like
editor,
sound engineer, light engineer, actor.
What'd you spend all day yesterday doing, Ben?
Becoming a cameraman, researching cameras, upgrading my system to match up to
it's called a
Joshua. Yeah, videographer. I'm sorry. I still need to learn my roles.
How much money are you trying not to spend?
I'm not comfortable on speaking about that.
Oh, we have to come on.
We can't let you spend more than Josh spends on his camera.
No, it's not more.
He might. Well, what camera was it? That's all you have to say.
Sony A7 S3.
There you go, man. Does that have in-body camera stabilization?
Yep. And amazing autofocus in the camera, which every YouTuber is using. And I was dreaming about it so long, but it's so expensive. And now I'm like, okay.
You know what to do, right? You put an affiliate link of that camera in the description of this video. And if a couple people buy it, bam, you've got the money.
Thank you.
Good job.
All right, so let's do a proper intro. It's the second time of us trying to do this, and we are not sure if we are gonna publish this or no yet. And this time we're just streaming to our supporters, so everybody who supported my channel or any of these guys' channels. And maybe I will just quickly introduce all of these guys themselves.
I didn't know we were doing intros. Okay, let's do intros.
Yeah, do intro.
Do intro? Okay, hold on 1 second. All right. Hold on 1 second.
Is that how you start videos, Josh?
Minasan, konnichiwa! Joshua desu! Climbing ga daisuki desu! I'm reaching out to my Japanese friends. I'm trying to branch out a little bit. Okay. Hi, everyone. Beta Climber. Joshua Perry here. Yep. How's that sound?
That's a great intro. That summarizes.
Yann Camus, rope solo guy, known for the rope solo skills, running some big Facebook groups, more than 13,000 people in the biggest group. So
that's on your Facebook.
Yeah. Look for top rope solo climbing group on Facebook, and you'll see 13,000 people. And there's the lead rope solo group that I created like afterwards, because people wanted to discuss either one or the other, but some people don't want to discuss the other one. So lead rope solo group is I don't know, maybe 5,000 or 4,000. I don't know.
So basically everybody who is watching this later, if we publish this, don't ask me how to lead solo, top rope solo, whatever. Just ask that guy. It's a bit weird to have like 13,000 people in the same group and all of them are like solo guys.
Mm-hmm. Trying to find fans.
So many of them. You just have a whole crag full of guys just soloing. Boom, 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 boom.
Yeah, we have to do a meetup with 100 people just rope soloing everywhere.
But if you would do a top ropes or rope solo meetup, Would you just like all solo? You don't belay each other?
There would be probably some demonstrations and people climbing together. So I think most people like to have friends and climb with other people, especially if the other people is into the same thing. So if you know the guy is doing rope solo, you want to go climb with this person for sure, because you know that they're really deep into rock climbing in the same edge like you're doing. So yeah, why not? Let's go climbing together instead. But doing demonstrations, sharing tricks, for sure, that happens a lot.
And Mr. Ryan Jinx, the guy who breaks stuff every time I ask, like 20 minutes later when I ask.
Hey, don't tell people I break stuff for you that fast. So Ben's the only person currently that I break stuff for this same day. Everyone else waits 3 to 9 months.
Oh, thank you so much. Everybody watching this, please go give him some hearts or something in the comments.
Yeah, tell me you came from Ben so I know it's worth it. Otherwise, I'll make him wait 3 months.
That's how we survive. If we don't get our hearts, if the creators don't get their hearts, they just shrivel up and die.
It is funny how hard we work for something that is blue and looks like this.
And has a number.
Yeah, it has a number.
I don't know.
It's addicting.
I am Jinx from How Not To, and I break stuff. And I have now built out a lab that's getting more and more extensive so we can break more and more things. And we came up with the slogan, Breaking Gear Fear, because that is a good summary of us trying to not shit test products, because there's already like a pretty rigorous standard process they have to go through, but just break testing everything in the ways we use it so the end user understands their gear better. How's that for an elevator pitch?
That came out perfect too. The audio was great.
We have a question. What topic in your videos are you the most proud of?
I actually liked doing the Fear of Falling series. I'm interested in psychology, so for me it's interesting to see how people can go from something terrifying to completely not afraid. And now
got to talk to some really cool people too. You met Stefanos, right? And all those guys.
Yeah, that was the last video I made. I was in Seoul in France, and I met a lot of pro climbers. And it was interesting to interview them to see if pro climbers actually have fear. And most of them do. And some said that they don't, but like you watch his face and you don't really believe him. Yeah.
Oh man, that's funny.
My favorite stuff is to either break test really niche questions, which obviously get so few views, or very complex stunts that have either never been done or haven't been done in a long time, which also get very, very few views. People don't really care what you're doing. They want to just see wet ropes and carabiners break. But I did a sailing video that I released a couple days ago. I got the worst, 2,400 views. It's literally the worst video that's performed on day one in a year. And I was like, I'm finally branching out, taking this big risk of leaving highlining exclusively.
Get back over here.
And I'm like, is the universe telling me I should just focus on climbing? I don't know. But I try not to just follow the views. I definitely want the value in the stuff we're breaking and answering people's questions that no one else is going to answer.
I think that's the algorithm, just oh, this isn't climate content. All right, where's my sailing guys? And they're like, no, nobody's here. Where is everybody?
I'm just hoping it was a nice weekend and everyone was out playing, but yeah.
So how much time did you spend making that video?
Over 12 hours editing an already finished edit, detailing it. I put all the break test numbers on the screen as you see it. I was trying to make the 14 break tests look as interesting as possible. And it's really hard to make break tests interesting. That's why I can't watch break tests. Most people don't make them interesting. What is a silent partner? Well, that's just a really nice partner to have.
Expensive partner to have.
It's just like a partner that doesn't talk.
Oh,
they just fillet you.
Jan could just go grab one right now.
Yeah.
I'll
Jan, what's a silent partner?
What's a silent partner, Jan?
It's all of his partners. None of his partners talk.
I have a ton of climbing junk around me, and I happen to have that like at I can grab right there. That's incredible.
What is that?
I used it. I used it recently. Look, what does it read there, Ben?
Silent partner. Is it a pulley?
It's a silent partner. It's a huge pulley. It's 400 grams of metal, and inside that is like a clutch. Same kind of like in a car when you get an accident.
Does it break off centrifugal force, or what? How does it?
Yes.
How does it engage the clutch?
Yeah. So right now it rolls both sides, but as soon as you reach 2 meters per second, when you pull the rope, I'll show you how you get the rope inside that. I can push with my finger. If I hit it hard, it will accelerate enough to lock it. Yeah, now it's locked. And
how did you get it
on both sides? Both sides, so you can't put the rope the wrong side. You can use like a gree-gree. So in my online course, I explain how to use a gree-gree, Revo, how to use just a clove hitch.
So when you go rope solo, do you just rely on single gree-gree or what?
No, I always advise for a backup. Like recently,
you have to pay for that. You have to pay for this course, Ben. You have to pay for this.
Well, no, you three guys, I can give you some access if you want to look into it. Yeah, I'd be glad that you check it out and tell me what I have to learn about it. Yes, for sure.
Well, I'm still curious how it works. Like, what's your backup?
Yeah. So the backup, you need basically knots. Usually it's knots.
So you climb up with the gree-gree, you tie a knot, you climb more, you tie another knot?
No, so what I always do myself is I pre-tie all the knots. So I pre-tie the knots in the rope. I know that this pitch there is maybe half a rope. So I just do a bomber knot at the half of the rope. And then I put a couple extra slip knots that if they go in the device, they will just stop cold. And because they are slip knots, the way I install them, and when they get to me, I just pull on the rope and that removes them. And then the rope goes freely in the system again. So
okay. So if somebody is actually watching this later, don't do this. Go watch his full course, understand what it is, and then maybe do it. But just from this chat, don't try.
Yeah, so you're referring to lead rope soloing.
Yeah, that's lead rope soloing.
Okay. I was visualizing top rope, and I'm like, you pre-tie your knots and then you undo. No. Do you want me to test that? You want to see how much force it takes for a knot to go through a gree-gree or to break it? I wonder if I've done that. That's what I want. When's it coming out, Ben?
What?
That's the last test I did for you.
Probably next Wednesday. Not the one which is coming, but next one.
All right. You'll have to subscribe Jan to his channel.
A rope is how many kN? Just like a 10 millimeter rope.
16-ish, Ryan?
Was it? Oh, I did this on the Beal.
Yeah, you broke the
poor little Beal. Oh, not the poor tiny Beal. Oh, the Beal birdie. Oh.
Yeah, you get stuff breaking very fast from Ryan, but he doesn't always break exactly what you ask to break. So,
all right, yeah. Remind me what you wanted broken. Was it a green?
No, it was the Black Diamond carabiner.
Oh, the carabiner.
The gridlock. Gridlock?
Yeah. You know I did break that, right?
Gridlock.
This thing.
Yeah.
The question.
But I broke that, and the knot thing still screwed up. Trying to do that, I broke the other thing.
Well,
hint.
that's coming in less than 2 weeks. I hope so.
Yeah.
Because we are rambling and most of the people who are watching have no idea what we're talking about.
Oh, we're talking. Oh, you guys want to know how workflow works on YouTube? We live in the future. How far in the future do you guys live? I'm always 12 to 20 weeks out.
Wow.
For me, it depends. It can be from 1 week to 4 months. No, it can be up to like 1 year or something.
No way. You put something a year out?
Yeah,
I'll be alive.
I edited a few episodes of my past travels with Dreadlock Girl, Hannah Banana, and people were like, "How can you be here? It's a lockdown. Where's the masks?"
Yeah.
And I'm like, "Yeah, that was filmed last year."
Yeah, you have all the time in the world to edit it.
Yeah. Wow.
I microfilm. Now I film an adventure, and then I'll do this stupid hand waving thing as a transition to the lab. And then I'll break it 2 months later, add it to the video, but I'm continuing. And so and then they'll finish the conclusion in another country. It's a pain in the ass, but if I'm organized, it's okay.
See, I can't work like that. I try to get it out like fresh, like the next day.
Yeah, you're a one-day guy.
Yeah, I'm a one-day guy.
So you're like Casey Neistat, this famous YouTuber who makes a video a day.
There's not the famous side, but sure. Yeah.
So do you sleep more or less than him, Ryan? How many hours a day you're not working?
How many awake minutes a day am I not working?
Yeah.
Is 0. I worked until 60 seconds before you hit that live button. And I was going to eat lunch while we were practicing and I got my times wrong. But no, I'm going to go film my Monday update video and then finish packing for Yosemite and head to Yosemite. And then I'm working from tonight from 6 p.m. on all night, working on audio and stunt planning.
Grinding those gears.
Why? Why are you doing this?
To what end? What's the goal, guys?
So the goal is to not work this hard. I'm transitioning.
At this point, I feel like I'm a dog that bit onto like the YouTube car, and my subscribers are just standing on the gas pedal, and it's going faster and faster. And now I'm like, what the hell do I do? Like, where am I going from here? I have no idea. I'm just making content. Now I'm like just trying. I want to just
doing a hobby.
I just want to crawl to. I got to get like past the bumper and crawl to the front seat and try to get onto the steering wheel, but it's really hard without opposable thumbs because I'm a dog. But you try to get over there.
I got some comments on my videos. Somebody said, "Oh, it's so nice to watch this series. Nothing breaks. Nobody gets injured. It's not like on Beta Climbers."
I had one guy I met at the gym. He said, "Oh, aren't you that beta climber guy?" I'm like, "Yeah." I was like, "What kind of videos do you like?" He's like, "Well, I actually don't like your climb fails videos because it makes me scared to climb."
Yeah, I have to heal all of these people then.
Yeah.
That's funny because people feel better about climbing when I show them how strong the gear is, and then you make them afraid.
It's a circle, see? Josh, Ben, Ryan, Josh. Yeah. And then when they get fed up of everything, they go to Jan. And then they're like, okay, I'll just climb by myself. I spent a whole year of my YouTube career like only getting like 100. I only had 100 subs. I was barely getting anything. So I mean, like, I'm still in that mindset where I'm just making videos just for fun of it and making what I want or whatever. So I mean, this is like my hobby, creative outlet type thing. So I mean,
this
is just
pisses
fun.
me off when How to Poop on a Mountain gets 600,000 views, and I just made the best button knot versus diamond knot soft shackle video, the best data you'll ever find.
Oh my
4,000 views.
But that's what you got to stick to, is what you like and what you're into.
Yeah. So when is this pooping video coming? How not to poop on canyoning, El Capitan, and everywhere else.
Oh, I already have the How Not to Poop on Canyoning filmed. It's whether or not it's like. I feel like respect for me goes down substantially every time I show people how to poop. So I have to like really weigh out.
We should collaborate on this. I should I would like to show how not to poop while in nature or while you're van lifing or at the crags.
Oh, how not to poop in a van when you live in a van with somebody.
Okay, so
That's what I want to know.
I got to tell you a video that's coming out. So I reached out after Ryan the last time we talked. Ryan's like, just make a video of like how girls pee while climbing. So I was in Vermont. And I somehow ran into this company that makes pants so girls could go pee while climbing. And it has a zipper that goes from the butt all the way to the front. And I had them. They actually sent me the pair of pants. So I actually have them. And I'm gonna.
Are you gonna demonstrate for us?
Well, my wife's gonna demonstrate it.
Whoa!
Oh, she's a trooper.
Oh, it's gonna be great! I can't wait till that video comes out. Oh my god,
that's a very supportive wife.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna have to. I don't know how that's gonna work on YouTube. I'm sure you can't really do the real deal, but I'll figure something out.
Obviously, do you really want to show everyone that you're never mind. For the views, a guy who doesn't even look at analytics is gonna put his wife on YouTube.
If this video gets 100,000 likes,
yeah.
I don't know if it's the market, but I feel like the people are changing from. They're getting too used to TikToks, where like the video is 15 seconds long. I feel like
I just I hate it. People on Instagram liked the story of me putting the data points on the screen. I'm like, yeah, but you didn't understand how I put it in the machine and what I was comparing it to and how it broke. It breaks at the noose. It's like, you need to know this stuff if you want. People take one single number. This is why they print it on the carabiner, because they know people want 22 minus 22 kilonewtons. And it's like, no, you have to really understand. It takes only 5 minutes in double speed, if you watch my video in double speed, to completely understand what you're looking at. And I can't put my tests on even Instagram.
This is going to be the thumbnail.
Context.
Ryan rants.
Ryan, I can't stand, I have a short attention, but if I'm going to spread information, green grease break it 6 kilonewtons. It's like, yeah, that's because Ryan did something he wasn't supposed to with it. If you don't put context,
this is not scientific.
It's not scientific. Elitist.
That was a good rant. I got feel like I got a load off my chest. I
made TikTok videos of brake tests, and people are like, "What's a kilonewton?" And you're just like, never mind.
I've been making videos too long for you to not know what a kilonewton is.
I have a video explaining what's a kilonewton, so you can send that.
I did too, and it was terrible. It was one of my first videos. I'm really sad about it. I'm thinking I'm gonna have to start remaking my shitty videos. I'm just gonna have to start doing a remake.
Are you losing creativity to come up with new stuff?
Haha. No, yeah. This way, I could double my video content. I'm gonna pull a Ryan. I know I could double everything. Why, Ryan? Why does your thumbnail look really familiar to the Science Channel I used to watch?
Oh, because it was it's identical to the Science Channel. The only thing.
I noticed. I was wait a second.
Copying a thumbnail and copying it a backdrop is, I don't know. Everything I do on YouTube is me copying is me copying other people I watch.
Well,
I don't have original ideas. I just put all these ideas in a blender and make a smoothie.
We're all kind of copying something, because all this stuff has been written down in books and it's on data sheets and all that stuff, right? You want a million view idea, Ryan? I'll give you a 1 million view idea. Ready?
How to poop off my drop tower?
No. This will do it. This will do it for you. Ready? But you got to share the revenue with me now. Pour liquid nitrogen on a beaner and get it to dumb freezing and then pull break it. Because liquid nitrogen on every single YouTube video I've ever seen gets the dumb amount of views. So just dip the beaner, hold it in liquid nitrogen, pull it out, and snap
it. With my bare hand.
No,
all right.
Extra credit.
I'll split the revenue on that one video with you when I do that.
Honey, we're rich! Yes.
Oh man.
Going to
I'm gonna be
Jamaica.
so mad if I.
So even if he makes like 1 million of views,
So mad.
you will get $500, right?
Maybe.
Yep. Yeah, half of not very much is half of not very much.
Ryan, tell me how I could do this because I want to do this video. I want to do can you burn your rope by rappelling too fast? And I want to put in a gree and rappel as fast as I can and see if I can melt the rope. Like you have to get it to what, 450 degrees or something? How hot you think I could get a gree? And then you have to do it in correct Mythbusters form because Mythbusters always burns the rope. I have to figure out a way to pull it through the damn gree to like burn it and find out how fast I have to pull it through. I really want to make that video. I have no idea how. Give me some ideas here, guys. The think tank, please.
You could pull it with a car, but you would need like 200 meters of rope perfectly coiled and just keep going. But
that was what I was thinking.
But they tested this on Black Diamond. They never published it. They do these tests and don't publish it.
Okay.
They rappelled off of a hot air balloon, and they had a thermal reader on it, and they were reading it until they released and just went into a base jump. And that's as hot as they could get the rope, which is relevant to a 60-meter rope.
Yeah.
I know how to test it. You find a place that's overhung for as much as possible, maybe 60 meter. And then you put a knot at the end of your rope. And then you put an ATC with, just a setup to wrap down. And you let drop a weight, the equivalent of 2 people. Maybe 160 kilograms, and just let it slip all the way, like 60 meter free falling, heating the ATC, and then it hits the knot, and then and you take the thinnest.
You run over there as fast as you can with the heat gun, like
you're just trying to make it fail.
Okay, so just see if there's any burn marks in the rope.
If it gets to the knot and it cuts the rope from the melting of the rope, then you make a point that it's not totally impossible.
Rant. I could make a thumbnail in a title that says Gregory's melt ropes, which is not even a half truth. It's a 1% truth, right?
Yeah.
I could get a Gregory to melt a rope and make the thumbnail and make it like, and make people click it. But it just spreads so much information. And I'm like,
but then people will hate you. They will come,
No one's ever melted a gree in the history of grees. Why are you making this video?
Melted my gree. I mean, you could just bet if you actually did a good science experiment, it's not going to get good views unless you sensationalize it.
Yeah, but if you just do for clickbait and people come and they get disappointed, you are losing people who will continue watching your channel.
It does make a point, though. If you're rappelling too fast, you're going to be adding too much heat and melting stuff. I mean, I've seen people break stuff from like I just said, the guy ended up melting his little sheath, So I mean, it makes a smaller point, which is you shouldn't be rappelling too fast because of the friction and the heat. But then you could also sensationalize it, where it's like you could, make. I mean, come on, that's what we do here on YouTube. We're like we're entertainers basically, so there's got to be some entertainment in it. So
it's really hard to make brake tests and bolts entertaining. Really picked a hard one.
If you invite me over there, okay, I can make all your braking videos super entertaining. You just have to make sure they break, and then they go through windshields, they break water balloons, makes paint fly everywhere.
I think we should just team up and go like to China or somewhere and make content together.
I would do it. I'm so down. Let's go.
People are asking when we're gonna all hang out.
We're going to China. Okay.
Hey, where's Jan? Oh. He's over there climbing by himself.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, man.
Yeah, so we can do like serious stuff and we have entertainer.
Yeah. Some people in the
I'll
chat
bring my line scale 3s.
I'll be the clown. I'll put on the wig and the nose.
Yeah.
Yo, Ben, are you looking forward to your line scale 3? You message me almost every day about it.
Yeah, so line scale is this dynamometer that I'm waiting so much to do my all videos from now. I'm like planning every single video that's about to come, and I'm like, oh, I need to measure this. I need to measure that. Because before I used to just come up with formulas, math, whatever, and guesstimate the forces. But if you can measure it, it's like game changer for me.
Do you want me to tell you something that I'm happy about, but you might not be? I get, in 7 days, I supposedly get the uncertified, like first, he gets the box and he goes boom and overnights it to me because I'm trying to do like a couple stunts with it.
Why isn't the same for me?
Because I helped invent it.
But he is in Germany and I'm next to Germany.
They have to go through like another week or two process, but that's it.
Americans.
I helped him find $300,000. He's giving me a line scale theory faster than everybody else. That's the only benefit I get.
Oh, there is a suggestion for you in the chat. Somebody suggests to produce an April's Fool video where the dynamometer just reads super good enough. You break something and it says super good enough.
Oh, that'd be funny if it was just like I can't update it via the air. Like
maybe that's what you need instead of numbers that some people just don't understand. You write super
tangible.
Good enough, very bad, like you died.
What is super good enough, Ryan? At what level is super good enough?
He's literally lasering super good enough on my load cell. What is super good enough? It is a highline that we did in Mexico where I wanted what I needed on my side, and I gave Andy Lewis like shoestring, like 2 shoestrings to go rig an unknown thing on the other side. And
but it was a Dyneema shoestring.
It was unbelievably not enough. And he says, it's done or whatever. And he walks across. And not only when he walks across, he didn't tie it into his lower and upper part of his harness. He literally only tied it to his lower strap.
Not the Not the strap, the bungee strap.
Yeah, he just
bungee
threw it in real
strap?
quick. Yeah,
Like
the soft bungee thing underneath.
The bungee strap?
Yeah, just the bungee strap.
Oh my gosh.
And he walks across. He just free solos all the time. So he's just like, yeah, that part. That's all he tied into.
What's the point?
Comes over. No, he didn't realize it. What's more dangerous than free soloing?
Not knowing you're free soloing.
So
yeah, for sure.
He comes over and I asked him, how's the anchor? I want to trust this. But the guy just walked over not even tying his own knot right.
Damn.
And he said super good. And he said super good enough. And I was like, oh my God, that's such a great phrase. And because I'm trying to break gear fear, it's like, it doesn't always break it in BS, but it's super good enough. It's not super good and it's not good enough. It's in between.
One of my first videos was breaking a shoelaces, because I always wondered, like, if you got stuck, like how much would your shoelaces hold? And the way I did it was I put the shoelaces on a rope up in a tree, and then I hauled a 55-gallon metal drum and I attached it to the shoelaces on a prusik, and I just filled it with water and waited for it to snap. So I calculated how many gallons I put in when it snapped. I was like, okay, so it held 700 pounds of water. I was like, whoa, shoelaces, 700 pounds, not bad for my old rotten shoelaces.
That's a nice way to test.
Yeah,
I'm impressed.
That's
nobody watched that episode. It's one of my first episodes.
It was 2,500 views.
Is it online?
Yeah, it's online. It's just way down there. I don't think everyone's ever seen it.
2 years ago and 2,500 views. There's no correlation between the effort I put out there and the views I get. And I have to remember the views are not the only thing that I'm chasing. I'm trying to chase a quality, a concept, an end result, a branding, not just views. And that's hard sometimes.
I get it. That gets difficult. Yeah, because if you did a bunch of drama chasing, you'd get more views. But
Yeah.
Yeah.
At least
Yeah.
you're true to your image. You're true to your image, and I think you get the rewards from it because people looking at you, they'll still follow you, and no matter what, because you're true to your original. Yeah, some people I see they change style on YouTube, and I just don't like them anymore. I don't know if they get views good for them, but
they start doing sailing videos and stuff, and
yeah, exactly.
Canyoning. So what's next on Yosemite you're filming?
Well, I thought it would be fun if Priscilla is available to do the How Girls Pee on El Capitan follow-up video.
Hey!
It was my idea. I gave you.
Wait.
All right, you never get to use liquid nitrogen in your videos, even though you're the one who gave me the idea.
Damn it. Okay, we trade? No,
Can we trade?
I already got the pants.
Girl pees on El Capitan into a liquid nitrogen jar. I don't know.
When my battery dies for this, if it dies, I'm gonna go run and put those pants on.
For all we know, you're not even wearing pants.
Yeah.
Can you microwave a carabiner? You can do anything once.
Can you nuke a carabiner?
All right. So, question for our audience who's here. Is that something you want to see as not, I don't want to say dumb science experiment because you just suggested it, but let's say unuseful science experiment to microwave a rope, a carabiner, and whatever other climbing item there is. Because not porn. That's called shibari. And yes, I'm actually very tempted to incorporate shibari into the breaking gear fear category.
Oh wait, are you talking about where you tie people up? That has a name. That has a name. What is it?
Shibari. You're into Japanese stuff and you don't know what shibari is?
It's a Japanese thing?
It's Japanese as
You just blew my mind, bro.
Dude.
You just blew my mind.
Shibari? Go to incognito and then Google shibari.
Oh my gosh. I hope my wife doesn't watch this.
Hey, you're into ropes and you have a wife and you don't know what to never mind.
Oh my gosh.
Probably don't buy Ethereum and Bitcoin.
My brain is cranking
out
down
on all sorts of stuff.
Yeah, there was some people talking about the gigajoule in the comments. Who owns a gigajoule? Who have tried a gigajoule? I don't own it. I never tried it, but
I've broken one.
I heard good things about it. I haven't bought one.
Ryan doesn't try anything. He just breaks it.
You know what?
Yeah, literally, people send me stuff, and I just break it, and I'm like, "Oh, that would have been nice to use."
I'm gonna buy one right now. Do they sell them on Amazon? Do you guys buy gear on Amazon?
No.
Sometimes.
I try not to.
Why not buy gear from Amazon, Ryan?
You don't know what you're getting. It's not consistent.
So
you can
what
get
about
a knockoff, and you don't know it?
What about? Oh, you think you can get a knockoff of like something like a gigajoule?
That's a little too niche to get a knockoff of it.
So what would you
Unlikely.
think? What do you think you get a knockoff like exactly?
Well, you got to remember, I never buy climbing gear, so I don't know where to buy.
Petzl Ascender.
What I hear is worse is that Chinese Amazon. What is it? What's the Chinese version of Amazon? Alibaba, yeah. People are scared.
I just bought some of their stock. It went on sale.
I bought that stock and then it went down and then I sold it and then it went up.
Nice. How not to invest.
Yeah, so I thought about it on my investment channel, just warning people when I buy things because they're going to go down the next day.
The gigajoule is $52. This one is $44.
It blows my mind how expensive gear is because I either use really old stuff because I have it, or I'm climbing with other people who have stuff, or I'm given stuff to test, and I've learned to ask for two. One to break, one to keep.
I asked for 2 helmets from Mammoth and I broke both of them.
You ask for 3 if you do that.
Actually, the story was that I got 2 helmets and I realized that my head is big. Like when you buy a helmet online, you should actually measure your head. I got a helmet and I'm like, I cannot put it on.
I have the opposite. They sent me a helmet and it was too big. Maybe I got your order. Oh my gosh. I was climbing and I was like trying to fix it. It was so annoying.
Josh, your picture with Alex Honnold is really
Cringy?
funny
Why is that?
because the height difference is just mind-blowing. You
Yeah,
never
that's why he
get
climbs so
the-
hard. He's a giant. I had no idea he was 8 foot tall. I mean,
No, he's not.
He didn't
Yeah.
free solo El Capitan. He just stood up and touched the top.
he just reached. He just reaches. That's what tall climbers do. They just reach.
Yeah,
Short people climb.
that's what you
Short
say all the
people
time.
climb.
That's my motto.
So how hard do you climb?
I'm not going to tell you. I have a video, if you looked hard enough, on his second account, somewhere on YouTube from 10 years ago, me climbing a 514X. But you're going to have
X.
to... X, yeah, it was X-rated.
Bullshitting
If I,
us.
yeah, I know. If I fell, I would have died for sure. No, yeah, I got video. There's a video of that. No, it wasn't top roping. I had a guy in a camera on top rope. I wish I was top roping, but yeah, I climbed pretty hard.
514. You used to climb
X.
514X.
I could still climb. I could still climb 514. You kidding me? It'd be a project, but I have.
How hard
I've
do
only-
you climb, Ben? Or the hardest you've climbed?
Wait, let's now translate to numbers that you understand.
I was also,
and Jan,
I was also
what
10
is
pounds
yours?
lighter when I did that.
So I was projecting 513A. It's so weird to say this American grades. Do you say like 513? Why do you say this 5 all the time?
Because
it's fifth
fourth class, fifth class.
Fifth
It's a different
class,
class.
and it's the level of 5.
But there's nothing
same
else.
thing
Like it's always 5.
3 feet
No.
is a yard.
yeah. No, this is what's so funny is all the metric people are like, oh, be smarter and can be in metric. And I'm like, I'm smart enough to know what they both are. Jan, how hard do you climb?
I've climbed 7A in my life. I led one, but I have to go back to that level, 7A. 11C, 11D, 11D.
I'm the heaviest I've ever been in my life because I've been doing since COVID. Well, I shouldn't say that word, but since
Like
then,
130
it's been-
pounds now.
yeah, I'm 130. I used to be 112. So I'm a little bit heavier.
Are you serious? I was joking.
No, you got it right on the money. You got it right on the money. Okay, maybe I'm 128.
So you're as short as you look in your video because you have like
Yeah.
this much space above your head.
Yeah, that's how I climb like an insect because I'm just like, it's got no weight to me.
So you will be like a fat insect soon.
Oh my gosh. I think YouTube has knocked my grades down a bit. We have to focus so much on either making videos or climbing. It's like, how do you get both?
I
It's so
spend so much time trying to convince the world that I do cool shit that I'm just getting fat over here sitting behind.
I actually noticed that. Yeah, you kind of getting a belly.
Yeah. Well, you get a little chunky there, Ryan.
Oh, I can't wait for the drop tower. I'm putting climbing holds on all the legs and I got perfect descents that'll hang in the center so I can climb. I'm just going to run laps up that all the time.
There you go. You got to figure some way to do it. There you go. You got to make
So,
videos
with the-
about
with the-
exercise.
The hardest I've ever climbed in Yosemite was a 10 on lead on trad gear. I've never tried anything sport, so I don't know what my sport limit is.
10s are the funnest thing to climb. 10s are the best. That's I love when you talk to Doug and he's like, I climb 5.7s and that's my thing. Like I love that. And I so like vibe with that because like climbing really hard's got its benefits or whatever, but just getting up there on 5.10s and feeling the moves and going through the flow, that's where it's at. Like 5.10s and that's where it's at. Like for 5.7 to 5.10, like that's fun.
That's actually
fun
where the
climb.
most danger is, because you can fall and the falls are not nice, and that's where
They're not
most of
nice.
the people
So-
are afraid of.
Oh, because there's a
On-
bunch of ledges.
On
Yeah.
a climb
Ledges, oh my God.
called
Yeah.
Royal Arches, I learned how I can free solo is I climb next to a party simul climbing. So whenever I want to have
Oh my gosh.
protection for like 3 sections out of like 800 meters or like 2,000 feet of climbing, right? And yeah, so I would just put my solo trick was just a micro traction, and I would just be like, hey, throw a piece in above you, and he would just chill there. And then I would like climb, unclip, clip below me and climb, and then release and be like, okay, you guys continue. And I was doing like 5/4s and less, which is the majority of the route, untied, because you don't want to fall on a 5/4 even with the rope. You're going to fall and hit the deck every time.
Yeah, I had to punch a decks all the way down. Deck after deck after deck.
And I didn't have to carry gear or rope. I didn't have rope drag. I wasn't stepping on shit. It was so nice. It did feel so much safer. I'm putting how not to simul climb video out with my friend, and it was a shit show. We were saying the whole time it would have been safer to free solo than what we were doing. So he was right. So the next time I went, I free soloed it.
None of you guys are gunks guys, but like I remember when I free soloed 3 Pines, which is a 5/3, but it's so crazy because it like it gets out on this ledge, and then it's a 5/3, but it's just air under you. It was a crazy free solo. Yeah. I end up just forgetting my ropes that day, and I was like, what? My bag doesn't have my rope in it. I'm climbing something. I don't care. I'm climbing 3 Pines. I'm soloing something, but I don't know. Some people, if you go to free solo something, like I remember this time my dad had crutches on at this one point because he had this hip problem, and he just crutched up to a climb, put his crutches down, and started and free soloed up this like 5/2. And later that day, he was like, people were in the forum like, I saw this guy. I didn't know if he was going to kill himself or what was going on. Like, what do you do when you see someone free soloing? And people are like, just ignore them. And so people are like, jump on him and tie him up and send him to the ward. And like, what do you do? That's the thing about climbing. It's a dangerous sport inherently, and you got to give people freedom to, I don't know, get messed up or make their own choices or something, right?
No, you got to put handrails on everything
and ladders up everything. It's funny. There's definitely a conversation to be had there.
It's forbidden in the park here. It's forbidden to free solo. So
so they can regulate it.
Yeah, they kick you out if they see you. They just say, okay, you are blacklisted or something. I'm sure they can blacklist people.
Wow, I didn't know that.
So if anybody in the chat has any questions, drop it now, because this is going far.
Yeah, my 1 hour timer has run out. We've been doing it for.
Is it really 1 hour?
Yeah, this is 60 minutes.
That's impressive. Actually, we were here for 1 hour, 26 minutes already. So here's the question. Favorite climb from each other's continents?
My favorite climb? Oh my gosh. That's a good question. Go. Let me think about that. I'm just going to say it's at 5/3 3 Pines. I think if you're brand new to climbing, I think that everyone should go and climb that. But the problem is it's so popular that there's a conga line going up the thing nowadays. But if you're like, that's like a classic. Like if I was going to start climbing, like whenever I bring someone brand new to climbing, they're like, oh, I want to go climbing with you. I want to do some multi-pitch. It's like, you could turn it into 3 pitches, and it's just 5/3, and you get all the way out in the air, and it's just a beautiful day. I gotta say, it's probably the best climbing. It's a 5/3.
Where is it?
The Gunks.
Where is that?
Gunks, yeah. New Paltz. I forget you're all the way in Europe. It's in New York. New York. Yeah, the Gunks, New Paltz, my stomping ground.
And Ryan, did you ever got into climbing, or you're like more slackline guy?
No, I did 17 big walls and climbed for over 10 years. Highlining was safer. So I did that.
Highlining was safer.
Mm-hmm. If you're scared climbing, if you're scared climbing, it's because you have a legitimate reason to be. You're too far above your piece or something's wrong. If you're scared highlining, you're just a chicken.
Yeah, but you can fall and twist in the rope and fall on the leash on your balls and all of that.
No, you can't. I don't even know what you're doing.
What's the hardest big wall you've done, Ryan?
I did the Zodiac clean in 4 days on the right side of El Capitan.
It took me 5 days to do that.
I'd say about half the parties, I think, that's not scientific, use hammers, and we did it clean. And I used cam hooks on the nipple pitch, and that was my best memory of doing hard aid. And then I don't know, inverted cam hooks just feel so wrong. And it's fun to do free moves after that, and they pop out as soon as you stand up. I love that shit.
I did that route. I was 14 years old. I did it with Amick McNeely. That was my first big wall, the Zodiac.
Really?
Me and Amick McNeely did that. Yeah, I was 14. And I think at the time I was the youngest person to climb El Cap at the time. So I was yeah, it was fun. Yeah.
You were the youngest person at the time to do that?
I think at the time I was 13 years old. It was 2001. And me and Amick McNeely did it. And I think I got there was a lot of news going around about it. And I think I got the youngest person to climb El Cap at the time. Now there's some 8-year-old girl that climbed
some
El
8
Cap.
or 9-year-old. Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Stole your title.
Well, but I was along for the ride with that because I didn't know what the hell I was doing. I was just along. But he has a speed record of 6 hours doing the Zodiac or something like that. So it was but I did it in 5 days. So
I really enjoy really, really hard shit on El Cap or 5.7s in Yosemite that are just cruiser. You just throw a piece of gear in every 30 feet.
Have you ever took a fall on such thing where it's easy super run out and suddenly you're
I've
flying?
never fallen on anything below 5.9. I don't fall. I don't climb stuff that I fall. The only falls I've ever taken are big walls, gear coming out, and it's only one time per big wall. Yeah, Yosemite's not a place you want to fall.
I took a 40-foot whipper on the South Bay, and I remember it. While I was falling, I looked to my right, and it looked like when you look out of a car window when it's going like that. And I had enough time to think, when is this going to stop? and I had a shoulder rack, the shoulder racks with all the gear on one side. I got yanked upside down because of that weight, and it was I was oh my gosh, because I was aiding it up. What's that crack in the South Bay? It's the Enduro. Is it the Enduro corner? I don't forget what it's called, but I was going up that, and it was you know what? I'm tired of trying to aid this. I'm just gonna free it. But I had all the gear on me at the same time, so all that weight, and then I got to this section where I was I'm not going to fall. And just all of a sudden, first time it's ever happened to me, I went from feeling perfectly fine to flying. And I was why? I was what's going on here? Why? Oh my gosh. I thought I was going to lose my whole rack too, but it didn't come off.
Jan, what's your favorite climb?
So my favorite climb, I gotta say, around here is Imperial. Imperial is first pitch 10A, and then you get on Crown. Crown is 5.8-ish and 5.10A afterwards, but it's a really straight line up a really great and steep wall, and it's crack climbing. It's some really good climbing around here. So when I meet someone that's into climbing and they tell me that they've never climbed that route, I want to fix that and take them up there because I think everybody should climb that.
You don't tread climb, right? You like to do bolted sport routes?
No, that's all trad. That's all trad routes.
Gotcha.
Sure. Yeah. No, and I fall on gear. Last time I said you shouldn't fall on gear, but I do fall on gear for sure. I just try not to die like everybody else, and
try not to fall far on gear. Well, if you get to this age, and
I actually don't have a favorite climb, but I like projecting a lot. So basically, whatever I put a lot of effort into sticks in my mind. So if I try the same route for a few weeks or a month or something like that, and I manage to send it, or even if I don't manage to send it, it sticks in my mind so well that I can, even now, I can mind climb most of my hardest projects. I can close my eyes and just climb that route in my head. And it's kind of interesting feeling. As humans, we are very good at spatial awareness and memory. So for climbing, I get the same thing. I can get in my bed, close my eyes, climb my project, and kind of practice climbing that route.
Yeah, that's true. There's definitely a few climbs I could like vision myself like making this move, and then the body tension and how far that hold is, and get your foot over here. Yeah, that's cool. You ever dream about climbing? You ever dream about it? When you dream about climbing, are you just sending everything, or are you falling?
If you recommend one route and you can recommend whatever to someone, which one would you recommend? Like one route, you say go climb that one.
I would see how hard and what's the style of the person is, and I would try to recommend something which is slightly above his limits. So
Okay.
to kind of push him a little bit and get that feeling of success in the end and all of that. It's not like I cannot recommend the same route for everyone. It's nonsense.
Sure.
When you put new people on hard stuff, they tend not to have the greatest of times. Like a new person, you put them on something that's like a 5'3" or something, and just get the like what climbing is, where you're just getting up into that like environment, like up off the ground. Like that's what people really enjoy, that stuff. Yeah. I've never done any highlining. I want to do that. I want Ryan to put me on some highlines. Are there grades for highlines?
No,
are they
they have lengths.
Legs?
Lengths. And not all 100 meters are created equal, but height and exposure. So you'd be like, oh, it's 100 meters by, like 1,000 meters. Like that's obviously going to be harder than 100 meters. That's only 50 meters.
I was curious, why is that? Because I tried some highlining and we did like some, 25 meters high, and it was very scary. And then I once did like much higher, and it was so much scarier. But when you think about it, it doesn't matter from which height you fall at that moment.
Way safer to do it higher because your
Yeah.
backup can catch you and you're not going to hit anything.
Right.
Your brain, your lizard brain just goes, ah!
Yeah, it's crazy how much more scary it is the higher you go. Nothing changes
So I
physically.
trained at Taft Point, and Taft Point is higher than El Capitan visually when you're looking into the valley. So I was pretty much at the highest point you can be unless you're in Norway. So anything after that felt less exposure. Unless you're walking giant lines to where the anchor on the far side is further away than the ground. So you're like, there's nothing to look at. You can't even see people on the other side. So you don't even know what to look at. You just kind of look at the webbing in front of you.
It's so crazy.
When you're humping, when the webbing is going this way, like 1 meter in either direction. So you wait, and then you take steps when you go forward, and then you wait, and then you take steps and go forward while it's blowing sideways.
Is it okay
you could
to
be
fall?
over you could be over 50 meters on some lines completely off center. So you're walking this direction towards the anchor because it's so curved. So it's like swirling and moving while you're walking on this thing when you get above a kilometer.
How do you even stay on that? Like if you keep,
Yeah. How come
falling,
it's possible? How come it's possible to walk that?
It's like, I do a lot of finances. It's like the stock market. It looks like it's going crazy, but what's right in front of you isn't really moving that much. Like
that's funny.
The 10 feet in front of you is literally right there, and it's not moving much. You might have to lean into it a little, but the reason I keep falling is because I lean like you see in the photos where they're like leaning way over. The line's not moving that much. You're not that special, right? You're just like, just tilt a little. That's all you need to do. Just tilt.
Oh my God.
Relax. So just let your body do it. It knows what to do.
Do people get across those clean, like with 0 falls? Or is it okay to keep fall? Like, do you like count it as a send if
No,
they
you
if
have
they
to walk the whole thing
and
send
not
it.
fall? And not fall?
Otherwise it's called a cross.
Oh, okay.
So that in
Do you have a flash as well?
Yeah. They're flashes.
Well, I call
An on-site.
we'll call them on sites. We'll consider on sites. Like on sighting a highline is actually pretty hard because like you get one chance.
You don't have a beta.
You don't have you're like your brain to spatially deal with what's going on, plus the combination of webbing, plus the tension, plus the humidity of it. It's like, it's different every time. So I joke that I red point some lines that I've done in the past and I
That's
always
funny.
struggle, but then I'll show up having done the line in the past and just walk it first try. What's that? Is that a flash or a red point in climbing?
That's just a repeat.
I would call it a flash if you walk
It's like
up to
a
it.
clean
Got it the first
send
time, right?
without having to warm up, which matters. Like usually when you fall one time, your brain was like, oh, it's safer than I thought. Okay. And then you walk.
Ryan, that's a question for you in the chat. How to find highliners in Scotland? You're already typing.
So we spent 2 years making every Facebook group in the world, a list of them, and then somebody put them on maps. So you can just
Whoa.
zoom out, zoom in on all the Facebook groups that are in the world. Go find them. There they exist. All right. I need to pack and go to Yosemite. So
Okay,
let's wrap it up.
Wrap it up.
I'm gonna go return this.
Return this.
Yeah, we'll climb out of here. Let's
Yeah.
go. Climbing out.
Bye-bye.
Bye bye.
See you later.